Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aitza. I talk about books, fashion, being black in Spain, personal finance, a whole bunch of other things. And if you're not new here, thanks so much for coming back and listening to me ramble. Today, I'm going to do things that I stopped buying because it seems like everyone has one of these videos and it's evergreen content. And I'm gonna do one because everyone is doing it and the algorithm will like me. So if you don't care about it, I understand, guys. But yeah, sometimes we just have to play around with the algorithm. So let's get started. So, like I said, this is one of those money, personal finance, la 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 videos. I stopped buying these things and now I'm rich. No, I'm not. But it is things, or they are things that I've stopped buying either to improve my health or to improve my bank account or to improve my mental health. Yeah, like to make my life better, but mainly to save money. And the first thing on that list is fast fashion. It is very rare for me now to buy fast fashion, with the exception of underwear. I still get my underwear from H&M because I cannot spend $24, $25 on a pair of underwear, guys. I cannot. I don't like doing laundry, so I need like a good 20 pair of underwear. So if I want to go like a third of the month, 2/3 of the month without doing laundry, I can't. So yeah. But I'm doing more like secondhand shopping, vintage shopping, things like that. And so it hasn't really been like H&M, Primark, Zara, Mango, the places that I really love. I've been trying to be more conscious about that and cut that out. And it's also been nice because I'm less likely to buy things, to hoard things. And hoarding less things makes me happier. Buying less things means I have more money, makes me happier, because then I could spend money on like travel before Corona, or food, always food, or like eyebrow things or hair things. Yeah. So that's one of them. Another thing that I stopped buying was like matcha lattes and things like that, like going out to a cafe and buying stuff like that. Now, if I'm going out, I'll ask for hot water. I have my own tea and I'll buy a croissant or whatever, because it makes no sense to spend $3.50, $4 on a cup of tea. And all they're doing is taking hot water in a little tea bag that they got. And the whole box is like $1.50 or whatever, and doing that. That's ridiculous. I'm going to a tea house. That's different because I'm also paying for the experience, and I'm all about paying for experience. But just a black tea, it's like some Lipton or what's the other brand they use? I can't remember. But the tea brands they be using, the real basic ones. Yeah, I'm like, I can get them in the grocery store for the same price, but have 20 of them. So I just keep one in my purse now, or I did before Corona times. Or if you're watching this when Corona is a thing of the past, then yeah. And it saves me so much money when going out for breakfast and things like that. And yeah, another thing that I stopped paying for is water. I was good for buying bottled water, good for getting water when I go out. Now I walk around with a water bottle where I live. Thankfully, the water is drinkable, and that saves so much money. Like so much money with not buying water. And I stay hydrated still. And it's better for the environment because less plastic floating around, things like that. So it makes me feel good as a person. I'm like, yeah, I'm polluting less, which means, if I decide to procreate, then my child, my future little womb fruit, will have a better world to live in because I made the decision to stop wasting money on bottled water. See how that works? See, you see, we're paying it forward, thinking about the youth and the next generation. Yeah, right? Awesome, right? I'm a mess, clearly. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what I was going through, brain fart, but I clearly have a list on my computer, on my iPad. But the other thing that I stopped spending money on is subscription services I don't need. So I'm good for signing up for a subscription service, and typically I will cancel it. But what happens is, let's say something like HBO. I'll sign up for HBO because I'm watching all the things, all the shows, right? And then the show stops airing because, HBO loves to give us a show like once a year, once every 2 years. And then I'm just like, eh. And there's other things that may pique my interest. And I'm like, okay, I'll keep it. And I'll watch it for maybe a month or so. And then I just stop watching. There's other things, other streaming services. Maybe they started also posting that show on another platform that I'm already paying for. And so what I decided to do, not just with like streaming services, but subscriptions in general, is sat down and was like, okay, how much money do I actually spend and how often am I using the service? Am I getting my money's worth? And if I felt like I wasn't getting my money's worth, I went and canceled it. HBO, for example, is one of the ones I come back to. So after Game of Thrones and Insecure was over, no, after Game of Thrones was over, I canceled my subscription because I was like, there's nothing I'm watching. And then when Insecure came back on, I got a new subscription. So I think that was like a 6-month gap, maybe longer. So I saved basically like $60 by canceling during that time, as opposed to paying and not watching it all. That $60, that's a plane ticket somewhere cheap. That's a meal. That's more to my bag fund. That's like a lot of things. That's stock, savings, whatever. And that's not saying that you have to cancel all the things, but just like kind of prioritize. Because I still have subscription to Netflix because I watch Netflix more frequently. I still have a Down Dog subscription because I use that almost every day. So I'm not saying get rid of all your subscriptions because I think that's unrealistic. Like, oh no, we're gonna rough it out and like there's all these free resources. I do think that's good. There are some people like that. When I'm the type of person, if I'm spending money on it, typically I'm going to stick to it and dedicate with it. So if I see that I'm spending money and I'm not sticking to it and I'm not using it, it's clearly something I don't need to get rid of. For example, Babbel. I paid money for a 2-year subscription to Babbel. I use Babbel every week. I try to use it 3 times a week. I use it more for German than I do for French. Because I have 2 subscriptions on 2 different emails because you can't have multiple languages on Babbel. But because of that, I was like, okay, I know that if I'm spending money, I've given my hard-earned money to this, I'm going to stick to it and use it. And I have been, which is great. Same thing with Down Dog. There's the free resource, but I wanted a bit more. And so I decided to pay more. And then boom, here we go. Great. Yeah. So that's where that's at. I'm not saying throw all your money away, get rid of all your subscriptions and start scurrying the internet because it may not be worth the time cost benefit. And I understand that, but that's just me. The next thing is magazines. So I like magazines for the aesthetic purposes. I love a pretty magazine, taking a picture, la, 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 it's cute on the bed or the table or whatever. And I was like, this is for content creation, whatever. But I hate reading print magazines. I hate reading most print anything because it hurts my eyes. The print is too tiny. I feel like I need reading glasses. I'm like, I already have glasses. Yeah. I mainly read on my phone or my Kindle because I can make the font bigger, change the brightness, and my eyes thank me. And they're already very, very bad. So we like happy eyes, happy life. So I stopped spending money on magazines. There are some collector's editions and things like that I did want, and maybe someone gifted them to me, but I found that I was saving so much money not buying magazines or subscribing to a subscription to have it there to take a picture of it once, to never use it ever again. Because once again, that's contributing to the waste in the world. And we want a better world for ourselves and our future womb fruit, right? And all the youth to come after us. So that's another thing I stopped spending money on. Yeah, and that's it, guys. Like, those are the things. It's not a phenomenal, mind-blowing list. And it may not be something that you stop spending money on because maybe those things bring you joy. Maybe it makes your life easier. But I would say take stock of the things that you were consistently spending money on and look and see, is there something you can cut out your budget? Maybe temporarily, like I do with the HBO thing. yeah, you never know. Maybe it's alcohol. Maybe you decide like, oh, like I should stop drinking alcohol. I'm not going to stop spending money on alcohol because I live somewhere that has really good wine and really good cheap wine. And I like wine. It brings me joy. So why would I stop spending money on it? I'm not. Or hair care products. I like hair care products. I like my hair to be nice and look nice most of the time. I'm not going to be spending money. I'm not going to stop spending money on that. Skincare. We're going through a rough spot right now because of acne, but I will never stop spending money on skincare. I'll stop spending money on my hair before I stop spending money on skincare. I will cancel all of my subscriptions to Netflix, HBO, Hulu. I don't even have Hulu, but Disney Plus, all that. I will get rid of all of that before I stop spending money on skincare because it makes me happy when my skin looks nice. I feel better about myself when my skin looks nice, and when my cheekbones are cheekboning. And like when this is happening, it looks nice. Like, don't I look like I have on makeup? No, it's just natural light and my skin. Yeah, but only on this side. This side, we're struggling. But when I look like this, I feel good. And so I'm gonna spend money on that. And that's okay. Some of you will do the water, aloe vera, honey, and it works for you. I need all the chemicals, and that requires money. So yeah. So it's all about looking at what worked for you and your lifestyle and how that's going and acting accordingly. And that's what you should take away from this. Not, I just stopped spending money on everything and now I have $1 million because I do not have $1 million. I'm not here to tell you that this will give you $1 million. I don't think it will, but I do think it could maybe free up things to buy other things that give you joy or to pad your savings or to start a business if that's something you want. Yeah. Financial coach, money influencer, whatever this is, spill over. But I hope this was helpful. Like I said, evergreen content, we're doing it because the algorithm likes things like this. And I also think it was kind of fun. I had fun with this. I hope you had fun watching this. And if you have other video ideas or other questions, as always, email me, tweet me, comment below, Instagram, DM me. Yeah, DM me as well. And like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribing, give it a thumbs up. I already said that. Bell notifications on. Follow me on all the socials. That's Instagram, Facebook, that I really don't use, Twitter, Goodreads, TikTok. What else am I on? VSCO. No, not VSCO. I'm not a VSCO girl, but I do have a VSCO. Yeah. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.